Yes? Anytime.
Well met.
Oh, yes, indeed. We've completed the scaffold and have been studying the architecture with mixed returns. There is also a sealed chest on that central column under the arch, which is locked tight and we haven't been able to open it. Perhaps you could have a crack at it.
Until later, then.
Up here. Come up and Latoria will show you. You must come up here. Latoria has figured it out, Professor Barassi.
That's splendid. I'll be right up.
Do you have a question?
Good day.
What can Latoria do for you, Gil? Building these scaffolds certainly beats digging for a change. Farewell. Isn't this exciting? We found this book here, protected by this magical barrier, but Latoria hasn't been able to break through it. But then Latoria discovered this. This dais is somehow linked to the barrier magically. It also is obviously missing something.
Yes, looks as if whatever was on here had something to do with the barrier. Rocks came crashing down and smashed the dais, sending whatever was here flying off. Our theory is the barrier was activated when the object was knocked off.
Wonderful news. That's great to hear. Perhaps what we need was merely knocked off and could still be in the area. Hopefully it wasn't carried off anywhere. Let's have a look around the chamber and see if we can find anything. You too, Guildmaster.
Good eye, Guildmaster. I'll bet that'll probably...
Did it? Amazing! I'll have to double check with Marion, but I believe that must be a shrine to Phynaster. Let's have a look at the book, shall we? Yes, I can see that. But it does have some curious tally marks on the back here. I wonder what that is all about. I have no idea. I suppose there undoubtedly are clues in the context of the book, but we'll have to translate it first. I suppose a trip back to Calcimo is in order. Perhaps with his help we could... What in the... That sounds like Valma.
Look up there. There must be dozens of them.
Silence! How dare you defile this place with your presence? These hallowed halls are all that remains of our once proud people.
By the gods, he just spoke.
Your presence here is a blasphemy and has corrupted this place. A sin only cleansed by destruction. Kill them.
They're coming from above and below.
Latoria has...
Perhaps we can get back.
It's time to heal.
Look out above you!
Ah, good. Finally coming around. Ah, good. Finally coming around. We're back at the guildhouse, safe and sound. You've been out for nearly a week. We're starting to doubt you'd ever come around. Yes, you took a rather nasty knock on the head when those Falmer attacked the ruins. Their leader brought the entire caravan down on itself. We barely got out. Well, sadly, no. Professor Marassi, he didn't make it out. We dug for days but didn't find any sign of him aside from part of his coat and the tools he had. Yes, we've all been a bit taken aback, but I think Orion's the one taking it the hardest, being long-time friends and colleagues and all. That's good. He'd appreciate that. Glad you're back with us, Guildmaster.
What do you need? We'll bounce back eventually. We always do. Have a good one. Good day, Guildmaster.
Marassi was always kind to Latoria. He always encouraged her. Latoria will
Yes.
Happy hunting.
Greetings. You're back. Wonderful. Oh, I'm doing all right, all things considered. Glad you are feeling better. Yes, it is a terrible loss. He was a good colleague and a good friend. He will be sorely missed. His knowledge was rare, and will be a loss to us all. No, I really haven't, to be honest. I suppose I'll just leave it up to you if you don't mind. I appreciate it, my friend. I'll be all right. Good day. It was very nice to have Patero around to confer with about things.
Oh my! That is an amazing find, my friend! Truly astonishing! You have actually managed to reforge the Amulet of Kings! Tell me, what did the Herald say? Did he? That is interesting. I'll have to think on that. Odd. Tell me, did he say anything about the Covenant? Interesting. Well, I suppose we can keep faith that Martin Septim's sacrifice will hold true, and Oblivion will forever be sealed from Mundus. Did he? So then, the reinforcements that the ancient Aliad put in place to strengthen the tower did in fact prevent its complete collapse when the amulet was originally destroyed. Fascinating. Oh, I wouldn't concern yourself with it at the moment. It's an entirely more convoluted topic than the one we just finished delving into. Perhaps another time. As I mentioned in brief before, this all deals with the nature of the towers. And I'm afraid that's a bit like reading the 36 lessons of Vivek while intoxicated. Too right, it may. Very droll, my friend. Wonderful work as always. Good to see you again. See you around.
What can Latoria do for you, Gil? Latoria, the chief? You are funny, Guildmaster. Oh, you are serious? No, Latoria couldn't possibly, but thank you for thinking of her. Until we speak again.
Good day. What can I do for you, Guildmaster? Me? The chief? Well, I don't know. I've been hitting the books pretty hard lately, but I don't know nearly as much as Marasi did. Thanks for your vote of confidence. I suppose if nobody's against it, I'd be happy to give it my best. Sure, I'll do it, Guildmaster.
Very good for you, Kaya.
Ah, yes. Good choice, my friend. Patero would be proud.
Thanks, everyone. I just hope I don't go and muck it up too badly.
Nonsense. You have come a long way since you started with the guild as a mere digger. And you've put in many a long hour with me in the library, broadening your
More
knowledge.
care is needed.
Marasi will be most pleased. I couldn't think of a better successor.
Well, thanks. As long as I've got the rest of you to back me up, I'm sure we'll continue to do great things.
Very good.
Well then, back to business, I suppose. Well, Guildmaster, I think we should continue onward, and not dwell on our losses. What do you say? Take care of yourself. See you around. It obviously has the prophetic overtones of a saviour called the Deathweaver, rising up to redeem the Falmer and conquer the world of men. Obviously the Falmer really know how to hold a grudge. Who can blame them? From what I've read lately, they really got the shite end of the stick. Moloch, though? Why does that name sound familiar?
Malakath.
Oh, right. Thank you. It's another name for Malakath, Daedric Prince of the Forsaken, Spurned and Unfavourable. So it may seem that these snow elves might be worshipping Malakath.
That is an interesting connection, but I think it goes even deeper than that, depending on what school of thought you prescribe to. Malakath is regarded as the fallen form of Trinimac, and Trinimac is one of the 4 demigods revered by the Snow Elves. Those who think they are one and the same believe that Trinimac was consumed by Boethia and warped into the form of Malakath.
So then, if these Falmer are in fact worshipping Trinimac, they would likely be doing so from a temple devoted to him, right?
Presumably so, especially since they went out of their way to interfere with the excavation at Fort Greenwall. That would suggest they are still strict followers of the old beliefs in some form or another. We'll do some more research and hopefully we'll be able to uncover
Take
a
care of
location
yourself.
of a shrine to Trinimac here in
Lattoria
Skyrim.
greets you.
Do you have a question?
Are you hungry? I could make a meal for you if you like. So, where are we going now? Pardon me for asking, but are you sure that you know where we are going? Anytime. Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you and I? I'm sorry if I've been a bit off today, but I've slept so poorly. I had such a terrible nightmare, you see. I dreamt that we were in a fort with undead creatures, fighting for our lives. Just when I thought the battle was over, a huge new crowd arrived, and they were all attacking you. I was stuck in a corner, and I couldn't help you. And my magic was being drained, so I couldn't heal you. They just kept on attacking. I screamed and yelled to draw their attention, but they didn't notice. They just kept going for you. You were down on the floor, and I know they were going to kill you. Then I woke up, and I was crying. I cried my pillow all wet, unable to stop. The dream was so real, you see. I really thought you were dead. That I had lost you for good. And that made me realize something. It made me realize how much you mean to me. Do you remember some time ago when you said that I was more than a friend to you? I said that also I felt that there was something more going on between us, but I didn't know what to call it. I have been so silly. When we first met, I kept on whining over that idiot Haldan and how he had wronged me by stealing my flute. And then I kept going on about not believing in love, only in friendship. But to tell the truth, I do believe in love. I do believe that someone can become so important that a life without this person would be empty and barren. I understood that fully when I woke up crying from my nightmare. And I love you too. I really do. I understand it now. This is not a young girl's obsession or a romantic dream. This is for real. You and I, we have shared so much already. We have experienced so much together. And I don't think I have ever been as happy before as I have been while exploring Skyrim together with you. At this point, I don't even want to think of what it would be like to live here without you. You know, I seriously doubt Helga will ever forgive you for what you have.
Yes? What do you want?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Yes, friend?
Honor to you, my Vane.
Yes?
Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss? Not now. Maybe later.
Good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, dear. Shall we tell me, what do you want? Continue.
Oh. You know, the best defense isn't a good armor. It's a good, strong weapon.
Tell me, what do you want?
Yes? Have you heard the stories about this huntsman who's roaming Skyrim at nights? Scary, isn't it?
It's so good to be here, together with you. Is there anything I can do for you? What's on your mind, friend?
Not now.
Tell me, what do you want? Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss? I wish you would look after your armor a bit more often. I don't want to...
Of course.
Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss? Dearest friend, I'm so happy that you are here. It's so good to be here, together with you. What's up?
Yes?
I wonder what it would be like to receive such a poem from the one you love. You will? Oh, sweet, I would love that. What can I do for you? I wonder what it would be like to receive such a poem from the one you love. You will? Oh, sweetheart, I would love that. Anytime.
I heard you were at the wedding of the Emperor's cousin.
You've been a good good to see you again.
Yes? I wonder what it would be like to receive such a poem from the one you love. Oh, sweetheart, let me hear. Lovely. Oh, sweetheart. Lovely. Oh, sweetheart, you'll never lose me. I'll be here tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. Yes, for as long as you wish. Shall we continue? Sweetheart, what do you want?
Vi bort Lindrel Hall.
Despise each other so badly.
You wanted to talk to me? You have the book. Great. Now we only need Herbalist's Guide to Skyrim as well. Anytime. I'm tired of this place. Let's go somewhere else. I have a suggestion, but it is a bit silly. I happen to know that what my father really wants is a mammoth tusk. You see, ever since I was a child, he has been bragging to his friends about how he went to Skyrim and single-handedly killed a whole flock of mammoths. But when his friends have asked him to show them a mammoth tusk as a proof, he has claimed that he has mislaid all his trophies. Of course it is a lie. Of course it would be impossible to mislay something as big as a mammoth tusk. Besides, I doubt that he has ever killed anything larger than a hawker. Still, you can imagine how happy he would be to actually own a mammoth tusk. And if he believed that you had killed a mammoth yourself, he would be thoroughly impressed. Oh, I'm sure he would be thoroughly impressed if I could actually write in the letter that you have killed a mammoth yourself. But if you don't want to put your life at stake, I'm sure there are other ways to get a mammoth tusk. You wanted to talk to me? Anytime. You must be tired. Shouldn't you take a break soon? Yes, sweetheart. Is there anything I can do for you? And I love you. You know, last night when we were out walking, I saw a star falling. I closed my eyes and wished. I wished that our life would continue the way it is. You and I, together here in Skyrim. Why don't you crawl back into the egg you killed from this? It's wonderful if you can help my father to track down those pirates. Meanwhile, I bring the rest of the family to the Bee and Bob in Riften. Oh, sweetheart, you're back. But, where is my father? Oh, never mind. He just arrived. He's right behind you. So, please tell me, did you find my wedding dress? Sorry? Is that all you can say?
Oh, sweetheart, you're back. I'm a wedding. Oh, sweetheart, you're... Sorry? Is that can say? I don't want to get married without a wedding
What is
dress. You'd better go and find... While you were away, Mom and I talked to the priest Amara, and he's already preparing a wedding ceremony. Good to see you, dearest. You wanted to talk to me? You know, the best defense isn't a good armor. It's a good, strong weapon. Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you and I have made strawberry pie for you. Now that we have the strawberry plants, I will try to make strawberry pies and cakes ever so often. I hope you will like it. Goodbye. Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you and I was just thinking, now that we are married, wouldn't it be nice if I had, well, a special name for you? I mean, something more than sweetheart. Is there anything that you would like me to call you? Oh, I like that. Anything else? If you say so. Anytime.
You came to visit. So much better here with Grahad gone, thanks to you.
This war has created so many orphans, and so few are willing to open their hearts to them. Why, yes, of course. What a wonderful surprise. First, I'll need to ask you a few questions. Your name? What do you do for a living? Mm-hmm. Where will your child be living? Very well. That's all I need from you. Congratulations. I think you'll make an excellent parent. Go meet the children and decide who you'd like to adopt. Once you've made a decision, I'll collect their things and be sure they make it over to your house.
Hello, friend. I work in the mine just like everyone else.
Welcome. Let me know if you want. I think I got a clean mine or something.
Need something? They're dead. My pa was a sailor. Took me with him on his last trip. After he got sick, they put us off here and left without us. He died a few days later. I've tried to make do since then, but it's been hard. Real hard.
I forgot
Really?
what I was about to say.
Do you have a place I could live? Oh, wow! Are you sure? You really wouldn't mind? Really? You mean it? Wow, thanks, Pa! I promise I won't be any trouble at all.
Welcome back.
Just let me get my things
It's
and say
always a
goodbye to
pleasure
everyone.
to see you.
I'll meet you at home. Thanks. Thanks.
Staying out of trouble, kinsman?
Buy some flowers? Pretty please? They're dead. My mama died when I was little. I don't remember her very well. My father was a Stormcloak soldier. One day he left and didn't come back. I'm all alone. I try to sell flowers so I can buy food. It's not much, but what else can I do? Really? Do you have a place I could live? Oh, wow. Are you sure? You really wouldn't mind? Yay! Thanks, Mr. Papa. I promise I'll be the best daughter ever. I need to get my things and say goodbye to everyone. I'll meet you at home. Thanks. Thanks so much.
Yes?
I need to get my things. Mister, could you... Oh, thank you. Divines, bless your kind heart. I'm so... It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. Since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out. Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but... I don't know what to do. I miss her so much. Really? Do you have a place I could live? Oh, wow. Are you sure? You really wouldn't mind? Yay! Thanks, Mr. Papa. I promise I'll be the best daughter ever.
You probably want someone else. I'm just the stable boy. I hate it. Everyone feels sorry for me, so they don't treat me too bad, but... Both my parents run the Legion. There was an ambush. Keller said she'd feed me if I could make myself useful. I take care of the animals, run errands, that kind of thing. I guess it could be worse, but I'm sick of sleeping outside with the horses. I want a real home, real parents, not this. Really? Do you have a place I could live? Oh, wow. Are you sure? You really wouldn't mind? Oh well. Thanks anyway, I guess. Talk to Gaiman if... Really? Do you have a place I could live? Oh, wow. Are you sure? You really? You mean it? Wow, thanks, Pa. I promise I won't be any trouble at all.
Are you hungry? I could make a meal. All right. Yes? It does need some improvement, don't you think so? Curtains, carpets, a more female touch. I can furnish it. Great. Tell you what, there's no hurry. This would do for now, and I'll have a look around when we go shopping. Yes? Tell me, what do you want? If you say so. It would be nice to have somewhere outdoors to go. Maybe we could look around for a place where I could wander when I'm staying at home. Wonderful. It would be so nice to have somewhere to go for a stroll when I'm at home.
I agree. I'd like to go here from time to time.
Anytime. You know what I would like? I would like you to give me a hug. Right here and now. What can I do for you, dearest?
Good idea.
This is great! It's everything I could have asked for. I know it's not much, but I found a few little things. I put them in the chest in my room. If you see anything you want, take it. You've done so much for me, it's the least I can do. Hey, Pa! What? Where are we going? Stay safe.
Good day, Guildmaster. It's been difficult. We've had a few injuries, but nothing I can't handle fixing. Have a good one.
Yes? Ah, fantastic. Glad you caught up with us. Gonna need all the help we can get. Orion and I managed to find some references and some books at the library. Narrowed it down to this place here. Well, Orion mostly. The issue is, the temple was buried in a landslide ages ago, and we're gonna have to dig. A lot. Jump on in. We're already well underway and could use your help.
How's your day faring? Hello. I've got... Have a good one. Do for you, Guildmaster? Ah, good. Well rested. I think we're ready as well. Let's get back to it. I think we're almost there. Oh my, we've done it. You are right, Orion. This has to be the place.
Well, let's have a look then. But let's be careful. This is in fact where that Hurin Deathweaver character is held up with his clan of Folma. We could be in great danger. Let's proceed carefully. There's no telling what we might encounter in there.
Too right you are. All right, Guildmaster. You lead the way. We'll be right behind you.
Look at that. Looks like we are on the right track, no?
Oh my, look there. The temple is down there.
Careful there. To the left. Falmer.
They don't want me to talk. I'm not entirely certain where it is.
We made it! But what's that there? That's fascinating. It appears to be a slot of some sort, probably for the placement of something that will likely unlock the door.
That very well could be. There doesn't appear to be any way to unlock the door manually. Looks like the mechanism is tied to the dais.
This is interesting. I did bring a number of artifacts along in case we needed to study them along the way, but I hadn't anticipated this. Seems that this door must be bound and opened by a specific artifact. Well, obviously Trinimac would have something to do with the artifact, considering this is his temple. But Trinimac had not been known to have crafted a namesake relic, like Phynaster or Cirabane had, so I am unsure. Trinimac was regarded as the champion of Ario, the warrior spirit of the Snow Elven people.
The Snow Prince. If Trinimac was the warrior god, surely the Snow Prince must have been a devout worshipper.
Oh yes, excellent thinking, Kaya. I did bring the spear along from the museum, in fact. Here, Guildmaster, see if it works to open the door. Excellent work, Guildmaster. That seems to have done it. Let's press onward, but do be careful. It's likely to get more dangerous ahead.
That's
is nigh, to emerge from the shadows, to cast off the chains of our enemies. Ariel and his ilk have forsaken us, save but one. Trinak, for he too was deceived and cast down into darkness, to be reborn a twisted form as we have. And through him, through Malak, we will have our revenge. The true instigators of our demise are now beyond our reach. Those who drove us to their doorstep are still dwelling above. Malak has blessed me with the voice which now falls upon your ears, and sight to see the way to our victory. Gifts lost long ago. He has also blessed us with a great boon, the tool with which we shall exact our revenge on the overworld dwellers above. A vision of temple in the ice, venerating his brethren, which holds the Ned Crescent blade of treachery. With this weapon, we shall wreak havoc, and the world of men shall burn. We once again have interlopers present here. Do not allow them to leave this place alive.
Really something.
Can't believe he up and vanished it.
This isn't any normal Falmer we're dealing with here. A Daedric lackey, this one is. Yes, it's as Kaya and I had feared. They are indeed worshipping some form of Malakath or Trinimac. And they aim to use whatever powers they have been given in order to attack the surface.
Yes, and with the kind of power we have seen from him, Turin could cause a great deal of havoc up there. Especially with the war weakening everyone.
That's a good point. Maybe we should warn the Jarls.
Unfortunately, I fear there is no time for that. Even if we all split up... no.
Maybe.
How thin as you suggest?
Yeah.
Is apparently involved.
The impression. Isn't that some artifact made by Gorath?
Ah, you've been reading more, I see. Yes, and not just the artifact either. The Neb Crescent is known to be the Blade of Treachery. It was created by Gorath and given to Malakath as a trick. The blade forces the wielder into a bloodthirsty rampage, attacking friend and foe. Malakath beheaded his own son with the sword. Afterwards, however, Gorath reclaimed the blade. So it's rather curious that Malok would be sending Tulrin to claim the blade. It's almost as if the twice-spurned Falmer are being played by some other force, or Malok has some other plan for the blade. It does make me curious as to how the blade fell into the hands of the Snow Elves. So what's the harm in him finding the blade? Wouldn't he be just as likely to attack his own people? And it's only one blade after all. Yes, the repercussions of using the blade in battle are not what concerns me. Though it makes the wielder fearsome in its own right, it also has the ability to sway people into acts of conquest and domination. Were Tulrin to bestow the blade upon a Jarl, for instance.
Then that Jarl might wage war on the others.
And depending on which Jarl it's given to, that could result in a pretty significant problem.
Well, how do we stop him in time?
Well, luckily from his speech, it sounds like they don't have the blade yet, and possibly do not know specifically where it is. So that gives us time to research it and uncover the location of the blade, find the sword, and either safeguard or destroy it if possible. Though the latter is highly unlikely. I seem to remember you mentioning something about the Forgotten Vale, a snow elven ruin looming over the glacial crevice. Perhaps that might be a good place to start. I'd certainly think so. We should try to get higher and see if there is any way to access it.
think this is it. I'm correct. The temple should be right behind these rocks and up a bit. I think this is as close as we're going to get. The rocks here are loose enough that we should be able to tunnel through with little effort. Let's get to work.
Good call, Kaya. This is it. I can feel it.
Good day, friend. Well, that about does it, Guildmaster. We've gotten through the tunnel, and it does in fact come out next to the temple. We set up a small excavation camp at the mouth of the tunnel, just outside the temple, and we're ready to continue investigating when you're ready. Looks like we have another slot door lock here, but this one looks different. Don't think the spear will work to unlock it.
Yes, it looks more round-like. A rod or a staff would work. Perhaps one of the staffs you found from Calselma, which he donated to the museum, would work. If I recall, they aren't currently on display. I hope you have them stashed away someplace handy. You'll need to retrieve them.
Alright everyone, on your guard. We've no idea what could be.
This is fantastic! Seems to be deserted in this main chamber. Let's have a look around. Ah, another staff slot it looks like. See if another staff works to open the gate.
Ah, we've seen this before. That's the cup of Phynaster.
Looks like there's a tiny slot on the base there. Almost one like the stabs and spear, but small.
Yes, in fact those look much like the sockets I utilize in the museum for a few specific ring displays. I wonder... Well, based on the use of other related relics, I would say the Ring of Phynaster would be a logical choice. Not having the ring may prove problematic, however. When last I heard, the Thalmor were gathering all relics of the old Aldmer pantheon. So it's likely that the ring may be in their possession. If it is here in Skyrim, it would likely be at the embassy, or possibly Northwatch Keep, which I hear they have been operating from. Either way, you will need to be very careful in finding a way in. We'll stay here and continue to study the ruins, and guard the temple if Tulrin and his followers show up. Hurry back and be safe.
Yes? What is it?
Ah, another staff slot it looks like. See if another staff works to open the gate. This is quite something, isn't it? I wonder what it's all for.
These look like musical chimes of some sort.
Looks as if they must hang from these great chains here.
Seems to me that this pedestal somehow controls the chimes, but it's missing some kind of magically charged activator. Well, then I suppose we should continue onward and see what we find, and perhaps we'll discover the key we need for it. Then we can start to determine what it actually is used for. Lead on, Guildmaster.
What do you need?
interesting. The shrine appears to be dedicated to Sirabane. Yes, it seems that pedestal has another slot for something. Yes, I would assume it corresponds to an artifact like the other sockets. In this case, Sirabane's relic would be the Warlock's ring. I've actually done some research on the ring, in fact. Have a read of my research notes, and I'm sure you'll manage to track it down. That must be it. Looks like that's the other half of the gem. If you manage to fuse them back together, we may be able to put it to use. In fact, that looks to be just the thing we need for the harmonic pedestal out in the main chamber.
Ah, too right. You could use the archaeology station camp out front to put it back together.
Certainly coming to life now, isn't it? That is exactly what we needed. Now let's have a look at this thing properly. It seems that we have a set of 8 massive chimes going from low tones to high ones. And we have 6 places to hang the chimes. Yes, it seems that the touchstone has energized the platform here. So when you touch it again, the chime is struck to play the tone.
Ah, so then obviously not all the chimes are used at the same time.
Also looks like there are 7 doors back along the wall there, each with a sun icon on them, just like the door leading in here.
Ah, yes, good eye. So, 6 musical tones, 7 doors, and 8 chimes. Interesting. Not much of a pattern to go off of, admittedly.
Oh wait, the book. Did it say? I thought it mentioned Ithri, and isn't the shrine on the rail his crest?
Yes, you are right, Kaya. That shrine does represent Ithir. So between this, the 2 side room shrines, and the Temple of Trinamak, we have all 4 of the revered gods of Ariel's pantheon represented. If I recall correctly, the book said, "The harmony of your fear shall forever entomb the great evil of our folly, and only by the tone of his voice shall the chambers open."
The harmony of his voice, it says. Yefre is the god of nature, no? Nothing more harmonious than nature, Latoria thinks.
That does make sense. His icon even depicts music, so only by the tone of his voice shall the chambers open.
Sounds to me that the sound of the chimes, presumably played in the right combination, must open one of these doors.
Yes, but what combination? I suppose we could try some randomly and see what we get, but there has to be a more logical way of testing it. Oh, wait. The book had tally marks of some kind in the back of it, didn't it? What if it was somehow indicating a pattern?
Yes, that could be it. I remember looking at those tally marks for days while the guildmaster was unconscious. There are 7 lines of tally marks, one for each door if the theory is true, and each tally group, if I remember, is no greater than 8. All but one of the groups, which had the group at 9, which I find odd.
I do so love a good puzzle. If we assume the chimes are numbered 1 for the lowest tone and 8 for the highest, that gives us a pattern to work with. These chimes are mighty heavy, though. Looks like you can only move 1 at a time. Move 1, hang it, and then move on to the next, it seems.
Good day, friend.